the NVIDIA Jetson the NVIDIA Jetson Orin AGX, the NVIDIA Jetson, whatever. Okay, so we are doing the updates on this AGX Orin development kit, and you can purchase this, whatever, click the link in the description below and you get access to that link, or you may find it somewhere around here on the shop. Okay. So we are updating, well, I'm updating the components, you're updating along with me. So yes, we're updating. And I'm going to show you how a senior design engineer updates the components for this hardware design. Follow me for more if you'd like more tips on how it's actually done in industry when you are serving clients, especially if you want to be a freelance hardware engineer, a consultant, or professional working in industry. All right, so in the previous video, I showed you this tool, Altium Develop's Bill of Materials Manager. That's what we're in, and how it is an amazing time saver and also makes you look more professional. So check this out. In this video, I will continue to do these updates and other cool little things, including adding specific distributors to your workflow. Let's get into it. Oh, and shout out to Altium for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. I love this tool. Okay, so what you want to do, right, is you want to be able to like share your document with other people. You can invite any of them via email to your environment. Okay. And when you do that, they're going to be able to access and see your bill of materials, be able to make changes as well. So you don't have just a spreadsheet that's online like Google Sheets or whatever. You can start using this to manage your bill of materials, put in alternate part numbers. Of course, you still want to use your spreadsheet. I use that as well, like a Google Sheet or Microsoft Office 365 online sheet, which is more secure for business. But this one is great, secure, and has access to all your supply chain data. All right, this is the Altium BOM Manager, saving my life right now. So here we have no offers from previous suppliers for one of these components, or from favorite suppliers. What we want to do then is access our favorite suppliers. It looks like this part is available. If I were to double click on here and then see it's in green, the stock is 0 though, according to this thing. I'm pretty sure once I click on this, it is available from these other suppliers. So we need to add someone like Core Staff, Verical, or whatever, see if they're even available. So we would go over on this side. You can tab over to this column with the favorite suppliers list. Then it's, okay, there we go. Click on favorite suppliers. So here I've set up different suppliers like, and there's also target price, which is great. They also have like these bomb checks to tell you what is an issue, whether you have a warning, fatal error. But let's go into suppliers. So Conrad, RS. I may want Texas Instruments as a supplier. There's Conrad, Bison Technology. I might add all of them. In fact, let's add all of them all at once. Boom. That way I have all my suppliers here. The most popular DigiKey, Mauser, and Newark in terms of estimated BOM coverage, that is. And that's in the United States. You can also change or adjust the country. Let's say you're in Australia, you know, I don't know how they talk, Canada, and Ukraine, United Kingdom, whatever, these key countries. You have Hong Kong, India, Israel, Italy, Japan. There's also the Netherlands, Spain, fantastic. And there's also China here. So no matter which major country you're in, you're going to find it. Okay. Well, and I imagine they'll be adding some more countries, or maybe not. I have no idea. They also have these columns that you can add. So let's say you have your part information in specific columns that didn't quite map to the Altium Develop's BOM management tool. What you can do is choose things like your case and packaging and things like color, you know, what else? There's contact form, or the form of contact, core material. Current rating is also a major one. Whether you want to add that through the cloud option or a library is up to you. There's also datasheet URL. We don't need that since we already have datasheet. Or in fact, let's add datasheet URL just to see what's in there. Other things that I want to add from my list, like just look at all this stuff. You can add any of these in here, right? What else do I want to add in this column list? Let's go for voltage, because voltage is an extremely common one, and including current as well. There's voltage, and then there's also voltage rating. Let's see if there's something called description, component link 1, link 2, and link 3 description. Then there's also a package description, very important. Why? Because if the description is different from what you think the part is, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And we want the BOM management tool to flag that. This thing is so smart. It's so smart that it detects when your description doesn't match the actual device that you have in the list. That's insane. All right. Anyway, we'll get into that. And then here you have the due date for, and then you could set your batch size to 3, 4, 5 copies of this, 100 pieces of this, and the target price. Enables target price verification with actual prices. You can turn that on or off depending on your goals. I'm going to keep the batch size to 1 and the due date to, I don't know, October 31st, due today. Crazy, right? Hit save. And let's see what happens. Hopefully one of the suppliers gets picked up and is shown in this list. It would be nice if I could add like a custom supplier option. Let's go ahead and see if any suppliers. See, there are no options that match the results. So it'd be great to see that. You have your cloud information like case packaging and everything. Wait a second. Hold up. Is this available? No, no offers from suppliers. So why is it in green? Okay. Now you have a couple options. It says one issue detected. You can disable checks for this row if you want. So I might want to do that. I generally don't want to disable any checks from a row unless I've completely verified and vetted everything. And I would even add a note here, you know? I would add a note somewhere for that. Now what's missing here? Notice that my description or my name is not there. I want a name for this thing. So what I do is copy this. And let's go to DigiKey. In DigiKey, let's put this manufacturer part. Well, it's not shown as in the supplier. And it says, did you mean the C105X7R102KGTS? Let's see if this is an old part number or something. In stock 1 million. That's crazy. A separate $70 flat rate shipping fee will apply. What? Does this have the same thing that we're looking for? 100 nanofarad surface mount 16 volt. This is 50 volt. 0402. What about this package type? If I click on this link, what pulls up? 0402. Okay. This is not bad. This could even possibly act as a replacement for this part. Let's look at core staff. What does it say? Now this part, when I click on it, right, and I pull it up, this gives me a few alternate part numbers that I could go off of. So we'll just click on over here. See if this part number is available. We get franchise in stock, minimum order scheduled incoming stock back order 0. So this is a problematic alternate. I wouldn't go with this. Let's go up Octopart and see what the life cycle of this device is. It's in production. Okay, 11 million available. Okay. Are you an AvNet? You are. Is this an appropriate replacement though? It says alternate 100 nanofarad capacitance, 16 volts. What are you? 6.3 volts though. 0201? Nah, that's not a good. What? we see alternative part numbers. So this is what you have to deal with when working with supply chain issues. When I say supply chain issues, these are huge ass problems. These are massive. Like, imagine spending this time. We're only on what? Alternate part 1. Like, alternate part for part 1. Do you know how many parts are in here? Like, if I were to expand this and compress it, there's a lot of parts here. Okay. It's a lot of parts. Let's scroll all the way down. 4,436 issues. Now, do we need to tackle all these issues? No, but there are at least 445 components to fix up on this thing. That's insane. This is a full week's worth of work. So what is the trade-off here? Maybe the wisest thing would be to find 1 or 2 alternate parts. Don't worry about a bajillion of them, and then just get rid of them as needed. Also, this part is available, so we can jump over that. Okay. This is a video just to show you how you can use this bill of materials tool and manager to work through these things. We're going to continue updating this NVIDIA Jetson Nano. You learn how to add a set of distributors to your workflow so that they can get pulled up. Now, let's say I wanted to select this component from one supplier like Mouser. I could set that. Maybe I want all of these from Mouser instead of Newark. I would go in, set this to Mouser, making sure my minimum order quantity is what it needs to be. Okay, so here we've got this. Why would these other supplies be issues? The quantity was increased to meet minimum order quantity. It lets us know that. In fact, let's go ahead and hit select in case I just want to get my stuff from Mouser. So it's switching from Newark to Mouser in a second. Maybe I just like saying Mouser. There we go. Then this part, instead of getting it from DigiKey, we get it from Mouser. Why would we do this? DigiKey is super popular, right? Well, when I worked in Texas, it was, you could get parts the same day. You order them that morning, they'll get shipped off or dropped off the same or next afternoon. All right. Depending on what time you catch them, because Mouser was straight up the road from the domain area, which is where I was working in hardware design at a company. All right. And also when I was at Canon, when I was at Ideal Power. So depending on location, you're going to want to choose the right supplier. Also, it's easier to make a consolidated BOM for that supplier. I'm going to show you that in the next video so you can see what I'm talking about, because you're going to need to order. You're not going to have one supplier for every single component. You're going to need to order from multiple bills of materials. So we'll address that in the next video. Like, subscribe if you want more of this real world enterprise stuff when it comes to electronics engineering and hardware design. I'm also going to be teaching an electronics series relevant for industry. So like, subscribe, sign up for that, and let me get you up on game. All right. Oh, click the link below so you can get access to Altium Bill of Materials Management tool. This thing is so cool.